do a reset because I've just logged in as a participant. And, or has it just come up or
It's
no?
just come up, I've just put it up.
As in the last 2 seconds?
Yeah, it's not live. Yeah, there's 6 people on here.
Okay.
Hi guys, just getting things going properly a bit here. Sorry, we're running a bit late. Right. Terry Ann will be with us in a sec. Right, good. Hope you're all good this morning. Just let us know if you can hear me, please, so that I know that it's coming through. Winter has arrived here on the Gold Coast, chilly. So when I say chilly, it's probably about 12 or so degrees, so it's not that cold. Right, so can someone just say yes, they can hear us, thanks, so I can see. Can you hear me? No, it's not going.
I can.
Okay, good, you're good to go.
Yep, good to go. So
Right.
apologies everyone that we're a couple of minutes late. All right. So just while we've got just getting the last things organised, are you almost ready to go there, Doug?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody to Unlock Your Prosperity for 2016. My name is Terry Ann Palmer-Peacock. Now, just before we get started, you'll see the lovely face of Douglas on the computer screen here. Now, we are actually on the same internet connection, so my video will be off for the entire time. However, I will be here monitoring the chat box, monitoring any questions in that you have. So on the right hand side of your screen there, you will see a control panel, so to speak. Any questions that you have throughout the course, you can either send them to us privately or you can send them as a group. It's completely up to you, but I will be monitoring those throughout the morning. So feel free to ask questions if you have them as you come up, and if we get time at the end of today's masterclass, I'll certainly put those to Doug and get them to answer them if he doesn't answer them along the way. All right, so that being said, welcome everybody. I know it's early for some people in the morning, very early for some people in the morning, and it's the afternoon for others. So I want to, wherever you are in the world listening to this webcast, I want to welcome you to it. We're very grateful that you made the time to be here. Now, I'm going to be co-teaching this with Douglas, and I'm going to introduce you to him shortly, even though you get to see his lovely face the entire time. But before I do, I want to ensure that you are ready for a major shift in your life, because today you're going to learn about prosperity blocks, which are unconscious energy blocks silently holding us back from wealth and prosperity. Now, we've identified 18 main prosperity blocks that impact everyone and prevent them from living how they truly want to live, which is with wealth and prosperity. Now, by the time you reach the end of this class, you'll know exactly what you need to do to manifest prosperity for yourself for the rest of this year and beyond. Now, trust me, from experience and feedback we've received from other participants of this class, this is truly powerful stuff, so you're going to want to stay tuned all the way to the very end. There's something special in the last half of the session that you absolutely want to hang around for. So why a prosperity class? Well, in a survey of over 1 million people done by one of the peers in our industry, prosperity was rated as the #1 thing people like you wanted to learn. People rated prosperity over love, health, spiritual growth, mindset. And here's what I know to be true. When you boost your financial prosperity, all the other areas in your life are boosted as well. I mean, think about it. When you have financial wealth, you can afford to attend more classes and purchase online courses or seminars, or develop your spiritual awareness, go into yoga retreats, or your mental agility. I mean, you can afford coaches and mentors. You can do more things with your family and loved ones. You know, one of the biggest reasons for divorce today is financial stress and conflict. And let's think about your health. When you have financial prosperity, you can afford the best medical care. You can afford to eat better quality food. So financial prosperity counts, and it's one of the first foundational structures necessary to be stabilized in order to live a fulfilled life. So if that's important, then what's the difference between someone who is financially wealthy and someone who is not? Well, believe it or not, it's got nothing to do with your intellect, how much schooling you had, what education you had. It's got nothing to do with what country you were born into, or even the business or industry that you work in. I mean, there are plumbers who are incredibly wealthy, real estate agents, coaches, consultants, artists and musicians who all have incredible financial wealth. But there are also plumbers, real estate agents, coaches and consultants, artists, musicians who are incredibly broke. So what's the missing factor, and why are the rich becoming richer and the poor becoming poorer? Well, the answer is it comes down to their conscious awareness of wealth. It's their understanding and application of prosperity and wealth, and it's what we call a prosperity vibration. And here's the good news. Anyone can learn it. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, or where you come from. Everyone has the ability to master a prosperity vibration. Now, before you can live from a prosperity vibration and have more wealth and abundance than you've ever dreamed possible, you've got to release the prosperity blocks that have been holding you back. And that's what this web class is all about, and that's what we're here to help you with. Now, James Allen, who's the author of As a Man Thinketh, said, the outer conditions of a person's life will always be found to reflect their inner beliefs. So not all of your beliefs will be conscious beliefs, meaning beliefs you know about. Many will be unconscious, hidden deep down in the psyche of your awareness. And this is where, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to introduce you to an incredibly talented man, Douglas Peacock. Now, this is where his amazing gifts really come into play. Now, a lot of coaches and teachers can help you with your conscious beliefs that cause the problems you know about, but very few people are able to tune into the energy of you and see the root beliefs at their core. You know, when Doug tunes into a client, he's able to see those hidden beliefs and any negative energy that's locking them in place. It's stuff you're not even aware you're carrying. So those of you who are listening to this, who have studied other modalities and maybe you've invested in other personal development courses, you'll know that there's issues that you're probably still experiencing even though you've worked on them countless times before. See, what he can do is go straight to the core of your problem, and that's what makes him so special and why this masterclass is so unique. You know, when you energetically shift your prosperity blocks, money starts to show up in unexpected ways, sometimes within minutes of doing the work. We've had people email us because they received monetary gift vouchers in the mail. Their property valuations increased dramatically. And, just last month we had one client blown away because he received 10K from a completely unexpected source. Another client set a 3-month goal to attract 8 new clients into her business, and she got 6 within the first 3 days. And the cool thing is it's not just monetary gains. We've also had people tell us their entire standard of living has changed and the harmony in their household has increased tenfold. So these are real stories from real people, so we know the same can happen for you. Amazing things happen when your prosperity blocks are cleared, things that impact every aspect of your life. Now, so let me share a quick outline of what you can expect over the next 60 to 70 minutes or so. All work we do is multi-dimensional, meaning we're working on all levels and dimensions at the same time. Now, it may not be immediately apparent to you, the relevancy of what we're doing, but rest assured there is a purpose behind everything. There's 5 components we'll be covering, which includes an actual energy clearing in the second half of the class. So the first component, we'll look at the truth about money, because it's really important for wealth longevity that you understand what it is and what it isn't. And it may not be what you expect. The second one, sorry about that, is extremely important to tell you about your prosperity blocks. Now, what they are and why they're holding you back from wealth and happiness. One of the reasons for this is to light your blocks up in your neurology. The third component will share with you how an energy block clearing works. Now, a lot of energy healers or intuitive life coaches don't like to share their secrets and reveal what they do, but we believe in an abundant universe, and the more you understand, the more you can use it to achieve even better results. The fourth component is the one you've been waiting for, and it's an actual energy clearing session. And what Doug will do is is tune into your collective energy fields and help you shift into a prosperity vibration. Now, I can't stress how valuable this is for you and how rare it is for you to experience a clearing session in this manner, because very few healers will do this online in the format that we're doing it in, and I want to ensure that you're 100% engaged and present for this component of the class. Now, you may need a pen and paper for this as well, so if you don't have one, I'd quickly go and get one or grab one, or have a notepad open on your iPad or computer, whatever you're working off this morning. Now, the fifth and final component will be dependent on time. And what we'll be looking at is answering some of the most frequently asked questions and any questions that you may have popped in the chat box about prosperity blocks and Doug's methods. So if you're skeptical or even just a little bit curious, you'll probably find some of your questions get asked and answered then, but like I said, it'll be dependent on time. Doug does a different class every time we do this master class, because it's dependent on who's on the call as to what energy and what he's picking up as to where we take it. So like I said, no guarantees we'll get there, but we're going to do everything we can to make sure we answer any of those questions along the way. And one last thing before we begin, we're going to give you a special gift at the end of the session just for showing up here. So make sure you stay online all the way to the very end. That's very, very important. Rightio, so to start, now I do, just before we get into it, I do also want to say with Google Hangouts, every now and then people do experience some issues with it. The thing that I would recommend to you, if that happens for you, sometimes the only thing you can do is close it down and start again, and you'll typically be able to jump straight back on again. All right, so to start the class, I have a question for you. Are you able to keep money and grow it, or do you find it's like a hole in the bucket? Money's like a hole in your bucket. It keeps leaking away from you. Now, science and theology agree your current reality is a result of your beliefs, your attitudes, and your behaviors. The truth is, everybody has prosperity blocks. Some more than others, but not everybody wants to transcend them. Some people prefer to let life happen to them, and they're content to be controlled by everyone and everything around them, rather than taking responsibility for what their future could entail. Now, I know that's not you. Now, I just want to check something before I go any further. In that chat box, if you can hear me and everything is going well, then please just type in that chat box for me that you can hear us. All right, so if you can hear us, I just need to know, I've just had a few things coming in that it's not coming up live, and a few emails. Okay, so if you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear me. Okay, I can see the people that have registered. Doug, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, but I can't get anyone to chat, and I'm not seeing anyone showing up.
It's just changed now. It's popping in and out from going live and not live. Sometimes you've got to love technology. All right, so I'm not getting any chats coming through, even though we've got all these attendees.
Marge just put a request in. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's a request that they want to be able to speak. So in other words, she's sitting there.
Yeah, but I'm not getting any chats coming from.
No, because it's showing up in our control panel. In the control panel, it's showing up that it's not live. It's popping in from saying live and not live.
So how do I change that?
I don't know.
Because on mine it says, because I had a button there before that was saying it's not live, and now it says, oh no, it still says not live.
Okay, can you log out and log back in again?
Okay.
You're going to have to shut it down. I apologise if you can hear us on the call. Doug's actually going to log out, shut it down, and start it again. Okay, if you guys can hear me, it looks like we had some webinar jam issues where we had half of the people on the call getting dropped out, and then we lost Doug. So I'm just waiting for Doug to log back in. So if you can hear me, if you can just tap that you can hear me okay in the chat box, and we're going to reboot and start again. So we're just hoping he can come back on again.